my basketball journey. So for people out there, basketball has probably been something that's at the center of my life for the most part throughout my life. It's been like it's been ups downs when it comes, to basketball for me. But I've managed to still maintain and be able to love the game. You know what I'm saying? And everything that comes with it. Um, I've had, like I said, ups and downs, adversities, and life lessons that I've learned from the game of basketball that I applied in other, every aspect of my life. And I began playing basketball when I was 5. Just on the street, hooping, you know, kind of thing. Um, First got into organized basketball when I was 8, uh, 9, 9. That was my first organized CYO. Anybody out there that is familiar, CYO League. It was, I went to a Catholic school called St. Ambrose. So that was my first year of organized basketball, and I did my first year of AAU was I want to say I was 2004, so that's 20 years. That's 11. So yeah, I was 11. That was my first, first year at AAU. We played nationals in Kentucky. Yeah, it was 11 and under nationals in Kentucky. Um, I really, played well. Um, Team wasn't all that great, but I as an individual played well. Um, Very, very dope experience. We actually visited Kentucky University, saw the campus. That was cool. Um, and played CYO. Um, no, in retrospect, now that I'm older and I know a lot more than I do now, but I didn't play. I stopped playing AAU. Just after that, I played CYO up until 8th grade, and then I went to different camps. Uh, in the summertime, and uh, I went to like we went. I went to Wooten Camp, which is in Frostburg. Uh, that was dope. Um, my team actually won the championship, and I made the All Star team. And yeah, it was dope. It was good, dope time. Just hoop. We was there like it's like a week or something like that. I want to say yeah, it's like a week. And it's like a dormitory. We all stayed there and we just hoop, hoop, hoop all day, every day. And that was just heaven for me, you know what I'm saying? For somebody that um, just loves basketball, you know what I'm saying? Just hoop all day, every day. Um, so, um, so yeah, that was a dope experience. Um, I went to high school. I went to DeMatha Catholic High School. So I played freshman basketball. Um, on a freshman team because at DeMatha there's 3 teams. You have the freshman, JV, and varsity. So I uh, I played freshman basketball. Um, Started out like beginning of the year. I played a bit. Um, And then from the bulk of the season, the coach just didn't play me. I always felt like amongst the bulk of the guys that was on the team, I was amongst the better of the players. But some odd reason, the coach on the team didn't play me, and so I sat for the bulk of the season um, until there was like pretty much some injuries on the team, and like this this is like it's like multiple injuries in on of certain players, and so pretty much I had to it's like they had to play me or whatever, and so the first game I played, I scored the season high of the whole team, the whole season. I had like I want to say like 7 or 8 threes or something like that. I didn't like miss like one shot. I think I missed like a free throw the whole and that was it for the entire the game. And so I had the best game of all the guys that whole season, and I sat for most of the season. Um, so that, and then the next game I played, played again. I played really well, and that was like the last game. So that happened. Then, so that's didn't play AAU. I think I just was just working on my game, training. There was in my area local courts, Lake Harbor courts for those who know and all that. I know. For those who know, like that was a court that I used to go to on like dang near every day. Uh, Rain, sleet, snow, freaking 100-degree weather. Like I would be, at the courts working out, working. Nobody was watching, so to speak, or whatever. Um, and so that was pretty much kind of like what I did in the summer, and then uh, sophomore year played JV. We had a new coach. Um, he was a lot more, we I guess cool with me. He kind of liked me, so to speak. Um, and throughout the season, I started some games, and then for the most part, I was like pretty much in the rotation. I was like a rotational player um, that year for the team. Uh, Again, I thought I was still amongst the better. I mean, I was a rotational player, but still, I thought should have been a starter, so to speak, throughout the year. Um, but that wasn't the case. Um, and so that following off season, was pretty big summer. Um, that was the summer that I did a lot of work with a trainer, very notable trainer in the area. So I know a lot of hoopers know Keith Williams. He trained a lot of the top guys in the area, a lot of NBA players, a lot of overseas players. Um, and just high school, uh, middle school, all of that. You know, he trained a lot of the top tier guys, and I trained with him a lot. He helped with a lot of skill work, taught me a lot. Um, definitely somebody I should have definitely, when I look back, I should have kept working out with, and stuff like that. So yeah, he taught me a lot. Um, Felt like I made skill wise, I made a big leaps working with him, and then and again didn't play AAU that summer, um, and then tried out. It's my junior year. Tried out for the varsity basketball team, and had some, worked out with them with the, pretty much the varsity team throughout the summer, and then obviously leading up to the season. Um, had, in my opinion, some good runs. Um, had some times where I you know scored and showed guys that I could be on the team. I had some dominant runs in times in which they allowed me to actually get on the floor and play. Um, I had some runs uh, against some of the even the starters on the team. So pretty much I didn't make the team. You know what I'm saying? Not even pretty much. I didn't make the team uh, that year. Uh, I didn't make the varsity squad. Um, Similar thing where for me, you know, coach, I didn't really think, his thing was he didn't think I was for that year. Uh, he didn't think I was good enough to be on the team. Um, that's what he has said. Um, Despite, in my personal opinion, like I had showed, I could play. And like I said, I did have runs against some of the guys that were start on the team. I then scored on them in runs. Like I said, in the times they allowed me to get on the floor, you know what I'm saying? And I did play well, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Of course I made some mistakes. Who doesn't? The starters make mistakes. The star player makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I felt like, times in which I did make mistakes, it was like, you get the kind of like, how coaches are, they give you to look like you just did the worst thing in the world. Meanwhile, another guy, one of the projected starters or something like that, does the same thing or worse, and it's just kind of like bypassed or whatever, so to speak. Um, and So it was just kind of like that, kind of like coaching, and I'm gonna get to this at the end of this whole, thing. But so didn't make the team junior year. Then the following year, I thought that for sure I would have some a lot of the starters left that on the team. So I definitely thought for sure I was gonna be on the team, and so kept working out. I actually did play AAU that summer, um, but I was killing. Like I was definitely by far the best player on that team, and killing, had good games, and then you know that team was the bulk of their players played for one of the schools in our conference, and so when we went to nationals, which was in Disney, he didn't play me that much. He played his guy, the McNamara guys that was on the team for the most part, and they got kind of like the shine kind of thing. In the time where kind of, I guess, quote unquote, mattered the most, so to speak. So that whole thing happened, and then uh, I did a camp, and I forgot the name of that joint. In it was like in Pennsylvania, in Scranton. It was I forgot the name of it, but that was all right. And then so senior year happened. I come in playing, and still didn't make the varsity team senior year. Coach didn't he had said I was good enough to be on the team, but pretty much you know going a different direction. You know, wasn't really a good fit. Um, he had mentioned some D2 schools that were kind of interested, D2, D3, JUCO type thing, uh, and but he didn't think that I could play Division 1 basketball, and so yeah, that was that. So that was the end of high school, uh, and so just to quickly reflect on that whole journey, high school. What I'm saying. I definitely think that I had some coaching. You know, not necessarily in situations where obviously I'm looking back now older. I wasn't in situations that was a good fit. Me and the coach had the coaches had a really good rapport in terms of relationship, and the understanding that that plays a super big factor in how successful you are as a player. You having a good relationship with the coach. You know what I'm saying? And y'all on the same page. They're contributing to your development, your growth. They're putting you in certain situations. I noticed, you know, certain guys, and I didn't, I came, my roots in basketball is from the streets, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about just hoop. You come there, play basketball. I mean, politics don't play really a factor like that. Like all this political stuff that you kind of learn later on in your, journey playing basketball. Some people learn it earlier than others. I learned it a lot earlier than most cats. Uh, you know, but I was very much so, in my opinion, um, introduced to the politics of this, of things during my time at DeMatha, throughout my time. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, freshman year, the coach just kind of wasn't playing me, and I was better than most of the guys, if not the best player on the team. Uh, Same thing, JV, varsity, same thing. And so I really felt like there was some kind of like personal thing where it was like the program and the people, especially the head coach there, didn't really, just wasn't a fan of me on a personal level. For whatever personal reason, I'm not gonna get too into whatever, what I'm saying. I don't know, but that's just how I felt. Because talent wise, if we just had to just throw the ball up, um, I honestly don't think there was, just my personal opinion. The guys that were at the mat during that time can have their opinion and say whatever, you know what I'm saying? Kudos, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but if you just were to throw the ball out and play basketball with no politics, I was better than just about, I mean, it's probably maybe two or three guys that I would say um, were better than me, and just my personal opinion. And I'm just saying from my whole time at the Master. You know what I'm saying? That's just my personal opinion. One of them is a dude, and he told me, Victor Oladipo, most of y'all probably know, like, you should have been on the team. He told me, like, after I got cut, he told me, like, I remember in the locker room, we went in the locker room, he's like, yeah, you should be on the team. Um, but Victor, we've seen what he became, and even him, you know what I'm saying, in a lot of ways, he was politicized because he was better than ever. He was the hardest working player I've seen in my life. I never seen anybody work harder than Victor. Like, went hard. But then coach was putting other guys and ahead of him, putting other guys in certain positions, putting guys, what I'm saying, and you know, you know, making it to where certain guys got certain opportunities and looks, and you know he just I'm not gonna get into detail, but I'm just what I'm saying, the gist of it, what I'm saying, certain guys got more looks and more opportunities than other guys, and that was by design. You know what I'm saying? It was made to where, okay, we're gonna give this person the opportunity. We're gonna give this person the reps, and we're gonna kind of leave you out, and type of thing. Um, and like I said, this is what what I'm saying, my experience, what I noticed, this is just what happened. So, like I said, I was introduced to the politics of this stuff and how things were early in high school. You know what I'm saying? How this political thing is not necessarily just about basketball. It's not about playing the game. That's what I know to do. I don't know. I didn't. All this other political stuff wasn't. So that happened. Um, but like I said, I we can go to the gym for anybody who was during that time who wants to challenge me. It was, oh, he was sorry or he wasn't good, all that, whatever you have to say. We can go to the gym. I'm ready. We can go. We can lace it up, and we can go at it anytime. For anybody who wants to have anything to say, we can go to the gym, and we can see it. And we can put it on Instagram for anybody out there who, I know nowadays everybody wants to put things on video and all that. You don't got it. I'm not that type of person, but we can do that if that's what people want to do. So anybody who's out there that want to challenge me, we can do it. But you know, uh, so yeah, so that was my experience, uh, and so I went to Michigan State University, which was a school that, in a lot of ways, was like a dream school for me, and I was fortunate enough to get in. And first season, uh, went to the tryout, you know, but and I worked hard that whole summer, still working on my game. Went to the tryout, didn't have my physical. Didn't have my physical, was, ready to go, didn't have my physical, right? But, the coach, Coach Steven, I was able to, work out a little. He allowed me to work out, went through a little workout, and yeah. But, because I didn't have my physical, I wasn't able to play that year. So next season, off season, still worked on my game, still play, worked on my game, did, going to gym, doing my thing. Sophomore year in college, tried out, and things worked out well. You know what I'm saying? I was able to um, make the team that year at Michigan State men's team. Played with a lot of great players. Was a great, one of my probably top three greatest experience in my life. if not one of the best. But just being a part of a Division I program, especially Michigan State, one of the probably a top 10 basketball program in the country, considering my journey and what I've been through prior to getting to that point was major. You know what I'm saying? If you knew my journey and wasn't just somebody who was just looking from the outside looking in and didn't really have a real intel of, you know what I'm saying, my story, my journey, you know what I'm saying? It was actually pretty big. I know people, and I've heard people, kind of like down talk me or try to find something bad to say about me, or he walked on or stuff like that to try to like knock what I, what I'm saying, what I did. I'm used to that, you know what I'm saying? But uh it was pretty major, you know what I'm saying, like I said, considering uh what I've been through to that point. So it was like I said, a great experience to play with some great players. uh Gary Harris, Denzel Valentine was on the team. Adrian Payne, rest in peace. Uh, Keith Applin, uh, probably the best point guard that I ever had to go up against. Um, was a was a dog, you know what I'm saying? Keith was tough. I had to guard him every day in practice. Travis Trice. Um, uh, who else was on the team? Darren Nix. It was a lot of um, Brandon Dawson, uh, great player. Yeah, so it was a lot of talent on that team. We ended up, I think, the highest rank at that season we had. We were number 4 at one point. Um, and then uh, went to the tournament. Uh, went to the Sweet 16 uh, in Indianapolis. Unfortunately, we lost to Duke. Uh, Seth Curry had a hell of a game that game. He had like 28. He was balling. He was balling out. So yeah, that happened, and so the fall, season ended, and you know, I pretty much didn't. I had some issues with my grades. My grades slipped. I was, again, retrospect. I'm a relatively smart guy. I got good grades for the most part all throughout my career. So I thought that I was going to be able to handle the load, the classes that I was taking that year, and my grades slipped big time. Despite, in my personal opinion, I worked hard, my hardest that year, uh, academically, in terms of the work that I was putting in. I had tutors and things. I was putting in work. I was working really hard, and inevitably my grades slipped. Balancing school with the Division I program at Michigan State, it was a hell of a lot. I had You had to compare the load that I had that year. I had the biggest load of anybody on the team. Like, considering just what I was juggling with the school, the classes I was taking, with being a part of the MSU program. Like, my load was huge. Like, it was a lot. Like, my schedule was literally filled the whole day. I had no time for to relax, anything. I was wake up, go to class, go next, this class, then tutor, practice, walk through again, film, eat, go to class, do homework, sleep, same thing. Whoop. Like that was my life that whole year. And so it was a lot, and grade slipped big time. And it was mainly due to a class that it was called Chem Lab, and we had these labs. We had an in-person lab, and then we had to do like this online type of thing, class like lessons. And so, pretty much, long story short, I didn't do enough of the online lessons, and so because I didn't do a certain required amount, I failed. It, I they because I didn't do a certain amount, I 0 pointed. They automatically, even though I showed up for all the in-person labs and all of that, I automatically 0 point the class. 0 point, like zero. Not even like a D or any, like 0 point because of that. Literally just because of that. And because of that, my GPA dropped drastically. And so because of that, it and if I'm on the team, it drastically drops the rest of the team GPA. So now, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't be on the team. And so couldn't be on the team. And so I had to work my grades back up for the following, 2 years it took me. And so I finally got back on the team, and I got my grades back up. I got like a 3.8 GPA. And I was like, man, ain't no way that Coach Izzo is going, like, it's no way. I got damn near 4.0 GPA. Like, there's no way he's gonna deny. So I got 3.8, showed it to Coach Izzo, and he was like, okay, got my shot. You know what I'm saying? Uh, got back on started practicing with the team. I think like the second or third practice, boom, injured. Shoulder kept popping out. I thought it was nothing big. I really wasn't used to getting injured, so I was like, what's going on? Shoulder popped out. Next day of practice, shoulder pop out. Next day, shoulder popping out. So then the team doctor was like, checked me out. He was like, wasn't going to be able to make the team, or wasn't going to be able to play because I had a torn labrum. My labrum was torn. And that's a pretty serious injury. For those who don't know, like, I just read this morning, Ja Morant actually has a torn labrum, and he's out for the rest of the year. So that just goes to show you the seriousness of it. It's a pretty serious injury, and I couldn't play. That was my final season at college, and I had to. I didn't get any. I didn't get surgery. Team doctor had suggested I get surgery, but I didn't get surgery. I kind of just like sat it out for like 2 years or something like that, and then I finally got an MRI. Doctor checked it out, and I had to do rehab. He said I needed to. He gave me some rehab things I needed to do. He told me it was going to take 6 to 8 months to get fully healed. 6 to 8 months. So this is what Ja Morant is going to have to do. Um, and so it took 6 to 8 months. I had to do rigorous rehab throughout the week. You know what I'm saying, certain exercise, I had to do that. And but then, like you said, that time frame, 6 to 8 months, I was pretty much back to normal. Um, and ever since then, I kind of, for those, people who know basketball players are not, we not generally weight room guys. We're not. Like, that's our kryptonite. we basketball players do not like the gym, the lifting. Oh, that's not our thing for real. But through that rehab process, I kind of developed that habit of going to the gym, working out, and stuff like that, getting my muscles and body straight. And so ever since then, I've just been in the gym every routinely, making sure that I'm healthy. I'm up to par. I'm body strong, and just so that I don't have to be in that situation again where my body isn't strong and I'm suffer another injury. So just maintain that habit of working out, and you know got back to hooping again, and it was just kind of like a newfound love of basketball again, all over again. Not that the way that I stopped, but just playing the game. I was always watching basketball. Even the times when I was injured and I wasn't playing, I always kept watching. But just playing the game, you just get that you know that remembrance, and love that I from the beginning I had for the game. And you know recently, this past fall, I had I thought that I was in good shape, and tried out for the G League team for the Wizards. um, and you know I didn't know any of the coaches. It was just kind of like a you know just let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? um, and when I went there, no disrespect again, I didn't think that like this was even way worse than Demat, because it really wasn't any talent for real there. It really wasn't. No disrespect to the guys that was there, and these guys weren't good. Like, this was like, I had to judge. This was like D3 level talent overall. Like, this was D3, D2 level talent. Mind you, like I said, I just came from being at Michigan State. This was like D2, D3 level talent, and it was like 60 or 70 guys there. And I played my game. They said they wanted this. They wasn't looking for anybody to come out there and be like a star, and really try to play their game and all that. Just kind of like you know run the plays and play defense, and just do the basic things, and that's what's gonna make you stand out, and all this stuff. So I did everything that they told me that they wanted, and all of that, but didn't make the team or whatever. um and it was just kind of like, I did everything y'all told me to do, and I was literally like, everybody, like, nobody else was running the plays, nobody was talking on defense. Like, it was just like it was just like chickens running with their head cut off playing basketball. Like, I was watching the game, like I was watching when I wasn't playing, or the times when I was watching the other guys scrimmage. That's how it looked, and I was just like, "What the hell? Like, how the heck did I? How the hell did I not make this team? Like, I'm like, again, no disrespect, but like I said, this is not even nowhere near DeMatha. DeMatha talent is way better than the talent that way better, way better. Um, but this I was like, what, how? You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. I just looked at it as it's just, another part of the journey. Part of the process, a test of my commitment to the game, whether am I going to keep playing the game or not? Am I going to allow this to stop me from, playing the game or looking at, what I'm saying? And it hasn't. Still playing, still hooping, still working out, you know what I'm saying? And if an opportunity presents itself for me to hoop, what I'm saying, on the team that I think would be, a good opportunity, I'll play. I'll play. You know what I'm saying? I'm still ready. I think that my personal opinion, people can think otherwise. I think I could play in the NBA. I think I could. I think I could play now. I think I can contribute. I think I could do something. You know what I'm saying? Right now. So you know, again, just this is where I'm at. This is my journey at this point, and I'm still walking my journey. I'm still hooping. I'm still playing basketball. And again, this is just to show, you know, anybody out there, man, if you really love something, you know, don't let anything stop you. Don't quit. Keep doing what you love to do, despite what uh, anybody outside has to say, because it's going to be naysayers for whatever reason, and people who whatever political thing they don't like you, or they whatever it is. Like, just keep doing what you love to do, man. Something you love to do it. Always remember your why. You know what I'm saying? Why you even began to do whatever it is you do. Play basketball, play football, play baseball, sing, play the piano, whatever, paint, draw, be an artist, make beats, make raps, whatever it is that you love to do. Like, don't let the outside opinions and things of that skew you from that. So yeah, man, just wanted to just share y'all with y'all my story up until this point.